Welcome to Cooking with Dad. I'm your host, Manny Lopes. Today we're here gathered around as we typically do on a Sunday, having a big family meal. This is what it's all about. This is Cooking with Dad. Hi, welcome to Cooking with Dad. I'm Manny Lopes, your host, and today we're with my good friend, Jack Thune. We call him Chef Hosha. And this is my favorite restaurant in Ludlow, Massachusetts, called the Primavera Restaurant. Hosha cooks up some authentic Portuguese meals, and today we're going to cook up a Carne de Porco Alentjana for you, everybody do. Then we'll cook it up later and see how it's all done. So basically, we're going to have the ingredients are going to be cubes of pork, some potatoes, and some cherry stone clams or little necks.
Yeah, little necks.
Little necks are going to go in there, and it's going to be a medley of all that. It's a great, delicious dish. So Chef Hosha is going to show us how to do it. Let's go. Okay. Let's go to work.
First, fry the potatoes. Cook.
We're going to fry up the potatoes and get them a little bit crispy. Then we're going to go to So we're starting off here in the frying pan, adding some extra virgin olive oil into the pan, and we're going to get it nice and hot. He's going to putting a little bit of fat in it, not bacon fat, so a little bit of lard in there, and we get it nice and hot. Right? So what he did there is he took the pork and he marinated it probably overnight, cut the pork into pieces, and put it in what we call a molho alho. Molho alho is a little bit of white wine, some paprika, garlic, some bay leaves, and he marinated all that in a little bit of hot sauce. So marinated it, it gives it a nice flavor. Now we're going to put that in the olive oil. We're going to add a little cilantro to it, give it a little nice aroma. Beautiful dish, good. Well, next we have how many over here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 7 or 8 little necks. Put them right in there. Right on that. With the heat, they're going to start opening up and the juices. Look at that. Good. Perfect. Boy, he knows. He's got the timing down pat.
What about the wine or beer?
So you can add a little bit of wine or a little beer for flavor. Your choice, or you don't have to add either one if you don't want any alcohol. So we add a little bit. Right. He's got his homemade special gravy that he adds to his meal. It's his secret recipe over there. Adds a little bit of flavor. So what we're going to do now is he's going to plate it. So we're taking the potatoes off the fryer later. They're nice and crispy, as you can see.
Yeah.
Nice texture, nice and crispy on the outside, and nice and tasty and cooked on the inside. So we take that. These are ready to go. That smells good, I know. Yeah. He's saying it's too bad you can't smell this on television. It's such a great aroma we have. He says that it's too bad you can't smell it, the audience can't smell it on television here. You get such a beautiful aroma. Beautiful. Excellent, excellent. You add a little beer and we pour the sauce over it, and there you have it. Perfect, beautiful. A little final touch. Some diced pickles and some olives. Your choice of black or Spanish olives. Presentation. There you have it. It looks delicious. It looks so good. I have the tried piece right now. Mind if I try? Well, you're the best. You're the best. This is Manny from Cooking with Dad. We're going to take us back to our kitchen now, where we're going to recreate this and show you how to do this at home. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
Obrigado.
Muito obrigado.
Say one more time.
Muito obrigado.
Obrigado.
Hi, this is Manny with Cooking with Dad. Today we're going to prepare a very typical Portuguese kind of a feast festa dinner. We had a great time over there with my good friend Senor Rocha from the Primavera restaurant in Ludlow, Massachusetts. One of my favorite little Portuguese restaurants. I go there all the time. We cooked up a fantastic meal. We're going to recreate it, my version. It's going to be slightly different than his. It's so you can cook it at home. So very basic. We're starting with some pork and some clams, some potatoes, and we're going to mix them up. We start with a pan right here, preheated a little bit. And at his restaurant, he fries his potatoes and so forth, but we're gonna do everything in the same pan, so you don't have to go back and forth. So we're gonna jump around a little bit. Add a little olive oil to the base of your pan. The oil hot a little bit. Then we take some diced or minced garlic, and you throw it in there. And we can hear it start to sizzle up a little bit. And our flavor is starting to come out and infusing into the olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil, nice heavy olive oil, gives you the flavor that you want. Yep. As that's cooking up, we're going to add some more ingredients. And that's how he's making his special sauce. He has a special sauce on the side. We're actually making it in the pan. We add that. We're going to add some bay leaves. We have some dried bay leaves over here. We can throw those in there. Throw a couple of them in there. But what I like to use is some fresh bay leaves. We went down to my mother's garden. She has her own bay leaf plant, and we're going to throw some nice bay leaves in there. You don't need a lot of them. Oops. Just put them right in there like that. And while that's heating up a little bit, we're going to marinate our pork. We have cubes of pork that we've cubed up like that. And again, we're making our typical marinade that we make, our Portuguese marinade. You add a little bit of sea salt to it, like that. Mix it in a little bit. Add a little bit of ground red paprika. You got that in there. Add a little bit of olive oil. And you want to throw some garlic in there too. I threw all the garlic in there, but I do have some pre-made over here with some garlic. You definitely want to put some garlic in there, either minced or diced. You throw it in there. And then you take some white wine, some Chablis, Rhine, Vinho Verde, whatever, nice dry white wine. You put it in there. And what you want to do is you want to let that marinate for a little while. And again, you can put this in the refrigerator, cover it, let it marinate for a few hours, 2-3 hours, overnight. You can leave it in there for 5 days, and what happens is you get a nice browned cubed pork. You got the garlic in there. You got the bay leaves in there too. You want to throw a couple bay leaves in there. Just adds to the flavor. And that's it. So we do that. Next step, we've got this over here. Our oil is heating up pretty nicely here. We want to pre-cook our pork. And that starts to create that sauce. So we throw that in there, and we just dump the whole thing in there. Starts creating that nice gravy, that nice sauce. And that's kind of makes up that special sauce is that they have the secret ingredients in over at the restaurant. As that's cooking up, you can add a little bit of wine to it. Let it simmer up. Turn the heat up. So we just want to brown those a little bit. So while these are cooking up a little bit, browning up a little bit, I'm going to get another pan to transfer them in and just hold them while we add some other ingredients in there. Because what we've got to do now, if you recall from cooking at the Primavera with Senor Rocha, that he deep fried the potatoes. So we want to do that also. These are nice. They're browned a little bit, not fully cooked through. You don't want to do that yet. You just want to brown them a little bit. That's nice. They smell terrific. So let's add a little bit more olive oil. We used roughly a cup of olive oil here in the whole thing so far. And as the olive oil gets hot, it'll get to a frying consistency where we can actually deep fry our potatoes a little bit. So we take that. They're looking good. Throw some potatoes in there. Spread them around. It's nice to use a wide pan that has a wide bottom. That way you can spread everything out, and they're all on a cooking surface, and you get a little bit of a frying going on. We cut up roughly, I think we cut up 3 potatoes, so we have 3 potatoes. We'll add just a little bit of salt. You don't want to add too much salt because part of this recipe is we're going to put some clams in there. And they're fresh clams, and if they're fresh, they're going to have a little salt content also. So we'll add a little bit of sea salt to the flavor mix here. Yep, they're cooking up nice. We have some fresh clams. Get the clams as fresh as you can. We went to the grocer, picked out some cherry stones, little necks, and what we want to do here too is now we're going to pull out some of the potatoes as they're pre-cooked a little bit. Cooking up nice. Excellent. Leave some in there. We'll throw our clams right in there. But they're going to take a little bit to cook up and open up. We want to turn up the heat good and so that they're nice and hot. And yeah, that's getting nice and hot now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover it up just for a little bit. Let them start opening up. While we're doing that, we just set this aside a little bit. I'm going to get a little bit of fresh parsley and cilantro that we picked out and get some of that ready. And we're just going to use some of that to finish it off. So we'll have that ready right over here. Pick out some nice healthy green ones. We also have a little bit of rosemary. You could really use your choice, whatever you have available. We have a little bit of rosemary that we picked also, and I'm going to throw that right in there. You know what? They're looking real good. Great. So we'll stir that up. They're starting to open up a little bit. Great, so they're looking good. They're starting to open up a little bit, so now we want to throw the rest of the pork it's still a little bit warm, and the potatoes, we want the potatoes to be kind of, you don't want them too mushy, so that's why we pull them out a little bit. I did leave some in there, and that helps to create a little bit of sauce down at the bottom. So we throw that right in there. So we're going to cover it up now. They need to steam up. We need to increase the heat a little bit, keep the heat in the pan so that the clams open up. And as the clams open up, the juices from that are in the clams, they're going to open up. They're going to help to create some of that broth. And then we'll finish it off as we go. We'll move this a little bit aside. We're going to prepare our, typically we're not going to, you can serve it in this pan, but I'm using a big pan to bake it in, to cook it in, and we're going to put it into a nice serving dish. So you want to get yourself again, this is a nice Portuguese crock pot, and we'll use that to throw it in there, and it'll look fantastic. Great. Let's see how these are. It doesn't take too long. Again, you can see they're opening up a little bit. But the ones that aren't opening up, just kind of move them down to the bottom so they can get some heat. And when they open up, they'll be just like that. The juices are starting to go right into the clams there. Picks up the clams will have nice flavor from the pork and the potatoes. Throw a little bit of parsley in there. What you want to do now is pick up the heat. Get it good and hot, because as they're steaming now, they're going to get good and hot. When they reach a consistency where the clams are all opened up, we add a little bit more white wine to it, and that just helps to pick up the sauce a little bit, and we'll have a nice it kind of deglazes the bottom of the pan, and you can get your bread and dip it in there, and it makes an excellent dipping sauce. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, they're opening up nice. They're just going to take just a few more minutes. Excellent. Now's the time to throw a little bit of wine in it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Now as they're cooking up a little bit, we're going to add a little bit of white wine to it. That helps pick up the sauce a little bit, deglazes the pan a little bit, gives it a little bit more flavor. Again, some of the white wine, and just put it in there. And I can see the clams are liking it because they're opening up now. That's it. And we're done. So we're going to take it and get it ready for serving. So see, that doesn't take that long. The longest is really the prep time, getting your pork marinated, having it ready in advance. If you don't have that much time to put, you can throw it right in there and you cook it up right in the pan also. So let's take that out. Look at that. Let's get some of the sauce in there. Get some nice sauce. Oh, look at that. Pick through it if you had any broken shells, take them out. Move around, get your clams looking straight up. Sometimes some of the clams won't open up that quickly, so you can take them out and just make sure you got the good ones in there. Presentation. Of course, you always have to have a little bit of bread with it. Some Portuguese bread, some home-cooked bread, some Italian bread, some French baguettes, whatever your preference. serve it along with the Carne de Porco Alentjana. And what a fantastic meal that is. You can make it just for yourself. You can make it in a big pot for a group of people, and next thing you know, you have a party. So try this at home. You'll love it. It tastes great. You can take a little bit of bread, dip it down in the sauce. Everybody loves that. You've got to try this. Fantastic. This is what it's all about. This is cooking with Dad.